It started with a simple friend request, a kind message, a charming photo. And over the next few weeks, the conversations grew longer, warmer, more personal. The connection felt real. And then one day came the words, "I'm in trouble. Can you wire me some money?" This happens thousands of times a year across the United States. It's called a romance scam. And it doesn't just drain bank accounts, it breaks hearts. So, what exactly is a romance scam? Someone creates a fake identity online and uses it to build a genuine feeling romantic relationship with a real person. Once trust is established, they ask for money. Sometimes they vanish right after. Sometimes they string their victims along for months, even years. And here's what makes these scams so effective. The scammer doesn't ask for money right away. First, they build trust. They might pose as a military officer stationed overseas, a successful engineer working abroad, or a widow who's finally ready to love again. The profile looks real. The photos look real. The feelings start to feel real, too. That's the whole point. Thanks to artificial intelligence, it's getting even harder to spot a fake. Scammers today can generate entirely convincing fake people using AI. Not stolen photos, not real humans. A fully digital, computer-generated face designed to look like the perfect, trustworthy partner. Here's how their playbook typically works. First, they set up a profile with just enough personal detail to seem genuine. Then comes what's called love bombing. Constant messages, compliments. I've never felt this way before. It moves fast because they need to build an emotional connection before you have time to think clearly. Then, slowly, they move the conversation off the dating app onto private texting or WhatsApp, away from the platform's safety monitoring. And finally, a crisis appears, a medical emergency, a business deal gone wrong. They're stuck overseas and need help getting home. The request feels urgent, it feels personal, it feels like helping someone you love. And scammers know exactly when to strike. Around Valentine's Day, holidays, and emotional moments, the pressure ramps up. Because for scammers, those aren't celebrations, they're opportunities. The numbers tell a serious story. According to the FBI's most recent full-year report, romance scams resulted in over $672 million in losses across nearly 18,000 reported cases. And that's only the people who came forward. Many victims never reported out of embarrassment or grief. The Federal Trade Commission found that in just the first 9 months of 2025 alone, losses surpassed $1.16 billion, a 22% increase over the year before. So how do you protect yourself? A few things to keep in mind. If someone you've met online refuses video calls or keeps giving technical excuses, that's a red flag. If they push you to move off a dating platform quickly, that's a red flag. If they claim to be wealthy but suddenly need financial help, that's a red flag. And if they ask for money through gift cards, wire transfer, or cryptocurrency, stop. Those methods are nearly impossible to trace or recover. One of the simplest things you can do is run a reverse image search on their photo. Drag it into Google Images and see if it appears anywhere else online. Scammers often steal photos from real people's public profiles. And the most important rule of all? Never send money to someone you haven't met in person. No matter how real the connection feels, no matter how urgent the situation seems. Here's a quick gut check. If a stranger walked up to you in a coffee shop and told you that exact same story, would you hand them your wallet? If the answer is no, don't send them money online either. Now, we've only scratched the surface here. The full article goes deeper. It walks you through every step of the scammer's playbook, shares the specific red flags the FBI wants you to know, explains what to do if it's already happened to you, and tells you exactly where to report it. There's even a tip on how to spot AI-generated deepfakes during a video call, because here's the truth. Romance scams work because they target something real in all of us. The desire for connection, the instinct to help someone in need. Those aren't weaknesses. They're what make us human. But awareness is a shield. Go read the full article, then share it with someone you love. Because the best protection for your family is making sure everyone knows what to watch out for. Thanks for listening. To make this blog more accessible, I use 11 Labs to turn my writing into audio.